and welcome to a new episode of Breaking Bread, where I bring together life's most important ingredients: family, faith, friends, and of course, food. I thought it'd be a great episode to film my parish, where we have that great feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel and St. Paulinus with the Giglio. And today we have a couple of our parishioners, one in particular, Michael Adio, who has been with this feast for many years. And we're going to walk the feast and show you what goes on behind the scenes. And maybe we'll even be able to ride the Giglio. Don't go away. Welcome back to Breaking Bread, and here we are at the Feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel and the Giglio. And today we have with us Michael Adio.
I'm the apprentice capo of the Our Lady of Mount Carmel Feast in Brooklyn. I'm also the vice chair, assistant to John Notaro. And my personal life, I'm co-owner of Ridgewood Office Product Center, a family-run business for the last 77 years. I do a lot of work, but it's all good. It's a blessing to be doing all that good stuff. And I remember coming to the feast as a young kid with my parents and my two brothers for many, many years. It's been a great, great tradition in our family.
Michael, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Good to see you.
Now, I know you're one of the parishioners here, but you're an apprentice capo.
Yes.
Someday you're going to lead that Giglio.
Yes.
And you're also the owner of Ridgewood Office Supplies.
Right. My brother Craig Adio and myself are co-owners of Ridgewood Office Products. It's
Okay.
a family business, started 77 years ago, and my dad started it in this neighborhood, and that's where our roots are, in Williamsburg.
And how long have you been involved with this feast?
I've been involved in the feast since 1994,
Okay.
and I was a lifter first, and then from there I went on to be promoted by Monsignor Casado as
Right.
a lieutenant.
Okay.
And then apprentice capo, and hoping someday to be Capoparan's #1.
That means that you're going to lead the Giglio. That's what
Yes.
the capo is. He calls all the commands. He lifts up the
Yes,
Giglio.
yes.
He tells all the lifters when to lift, how to
Right.
turn it, how to dance
Yep,
it. Now, how many
absolutely.
guys lift the Giglio?
About 100, 110 or so
Okay.
around the Gil, and there's 4 crews. And there's 4 lieutenants, and each lieutenant directs them from the commands from the capos.
Now, we're talking about the Giglio, but I don't know if everyone really knows that's listening what the Giglio is. Now, the tradition tells us that in the 4th century, St. Paulinus
Right.
gave himself up as ransom
Yes.
in northern Africa after the women and children were captive.
Right.
And he went and gave himself and got them released.
Yes.
And when he came back, they greeted him with lilies.
Right.
And Giglio is the word
Correct.
for lily in Italian.
Yes.
After he was canonized, the people started to honor him and venerate him by building statues with lilies on it.
Right.
And of course, in the Italian tradition, it became a competition.
Right.
And it got higher and higher. And many of those people from Nola, Italy,
Right.
came to Williamsburg
Yes, they
and
settled.
settled here in other parts of the city too,
Correct, yes.
and country. And
Yes.
they brought with them this tradition of the Giglio. But this is the only one that's really remaining, and it has always been the biggest one around. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Well, there's also one in East Harlem, but the unique thing here is we have the Giglio and the boat.
And the boat, right.
And everyone in this neighborhood is Nolani, from
Right.
the Neapolitan
Right.
region.
I've been to that feast
Yeah.
recently. I know my father came from that neighborhood years ago. It was big, but now it's very small. I mean, here we have almost 6 blocks. I mean, this is still like, after San Gennaro, we're the 2nd largest feast in the city.
Yes,
And this
yes.
tradition of the Giglio is really the highlight. But we also have the statue of Our Lady of Mount Carmel,
Right.
because this is the patron
Of
saint
course.
of our parish.
Yep.
And we walk around on the 16th with that.
Yep.
And having those two traditions together, I mean, 135 years.
It's amazing.
It's a long time.
It is.
Now, we've been around the Giglio since we were kids.
Right.
Well, for people that come in for the first time, what do you think is going through their heads when they see this structure being
Well,
lifted, music being played?
Right.
What do you think they're thinking?
Yeah, people, first they wonder how that thing is actually moving, and then they see the tradition of all the lifters and how they're all engaged and how, they're all psyched up with their families around them, and, then it sort of becomes one big Italian family, and it's just a great, great tradition, and I'm proud to be involved in it, and it's something that my family, this is like Christmas in July.
You're also the vice chair
Yes.
of the executive board, the guys
Yes.
that run the feast and, kind of organize it throughout the year.
Right.
Now, you said one big family, and of course, whenever you talk about a big family, Italian family, you
Right.
talk about food.
Right.
And even though the Giglio is the highlight of the feast, and of course the procession with Our Lady of Mount Carmel.
Right.
I think a lot of people come to eat the food.
Oh,
and I
absolutely.
think that's one of the greatest things that we have here.
Everyone goes on feast diets before the feast, and then we put it all back on during the feast.
I know. And what's one of your favorite stands and stuff?
Well, Vinny's Sausage has, been here for decades on top of decades. So maybe we should go see Vinny.
Okay.
And let's see. We'll taste their sausage.
Okay,
Great.
that sounds good.
All right.
So we'll walk the feast, and I think a couple other guys are going to join us too.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
we have number 2 capo Danny Vecchiano,
Okay.
who also is the owner of the Giglio Band.
Right.
And
Tell them the Giglio Band. What's that? That's
the Giglio Band is obviously the bloodline of the feast because the Giglio doesn't move without the music. So the Giglio Band has been here for many, many years, and Danny does a great job, and his band plays in processions all during the feast. Obviously the Cuesta, the Day of the Maron, and of course the 3 lift days. So without the music, nothing moves.
So it's all together. It's like one big Italian wedding.
Exactly.
Music, dancing, and food.
Exactly.
So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
All right, great.
Don't go away. We're going to come back. We're going to walk this feast. We're going to taste some of the food, and maybe we'll even ride the Giglio.
It's wonderful to be here tonight. The food outside, delicious. Almost as good, maybe sometimes better, than Monsignor Jaime's chicken rollatini. Tonight is a beautiful night. You hear the people yelling and screaming. You see the Giglio. It's a perfect night to celebrate our Catholic faith, to celebrate our Christian belief that San Paulino touched the lives of people, and we're all called to touch people's lives. Let's do it, and let's celebrate our faith every year at this feast.
Welcome back to Breaking Bread, and our first stop here is Vinny's Sausage. He's all over the place. Every feast you go to, you're going to find Vinny's Sausage. You ever try it?
It's excellent.
Hey, Vinny, how are you?
Hi, Monsignor.
You know what you're doing?
At times I do.
I think you need a little help. I'm going to go over
Come
there.
on, show me what to do.
Come on, try some sausage. Get in here. Yeah, this is the best sausage around.
We got hot, we got sweet.
Hot or sweet?
Hot.
Hot.
Hot. Well, this is the hot one. You got the hot one.
You never got the
That's
wrong
hot
one
one.
already.
It's red. Now, how much is the sausage?
It depends on what the market value is.
There's no
going
prices.
for.
They don't even put prices up
Sorry,
anymore.
sorry, right
Oh,
behind
okay. But don't worry, the money goes to the church. Yeah, believe that.
you. Right on the onions.
Yeah, right on the onion. That's good.
Onion is good for everybody.
All right, open up. Leave your whole wallet there. Don't worry about it. Now tell me, how much sausage do you go through a night?
Oh, at least 300, 400 pounds a night.
It's a lot of sausage.
A lot of sandwiches.
Now, what is the best day of the feast?
Best day of the feast is always Giglio Sunday, and the most spiritual day is Our Lady of Mount Carmel.
And you got a lot of people, right? They come
A lot
from
of
all
people
over.
come from all over. A lot of people fast during the feast and won't eat it till Amaron is brought back into the church.
Really? Okay, I
yes.
heard some people tell me that. They wouldn't
Yes.
do that until she goes
Years
to
ago, when I was a young child, they used to follow the statue of Amaron through the neighborhood on barefooted.
I know. My aunts and my grandmother, they come from Harlem.
Oh, all right.
And they used to walk the feast barefoot. Mike, any of your family members ever go to Harlem?
Oh,
for the feast?
absolutely. My father, he went to East Harlem, he went to Astoria and Cliffside Park.
Astoria, that's where I came from. St.
I know
Peter's
that,
in
yeah, of
Astoria.
course. Wherever there was a Giglio, Pop was.
It's amazing how they followed from one place to. Mike, what do you want to eat?
I'll have regular, sausage.
Sweet.
Yeah, of course, sweet. And I'll have a little
Now,
peppers.
these onions, what do you just saute them?
We sauteed them with a little oil, a little paprika,
Okay.
black pepper at times. We used to put red pepper, but the cayenne pepper that's already in the sausage handles a lot more flavoring.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes as it stays on, it gets darker, but it's almost sweeter.
Now, what is this?
This is chicken kebab.
Okay,
We
so-
have that because a lot of people don't eat pork.
They
so
like
we try to
chicken.
get the chicken.
And
We
you
don't-
put the onions on
the
there
whole
too, the
thing.
same way.
We put
Okay.
it the same. We have broccoli rub. We have hot peppers.
Now, these are hot peppers. These are real hot, right?
Yeah, you might get one. He's
Mike,
tall.
you're hot, but you want a little.
He's one as tall as you.
These are hot, huh?
Yeah.
It's on the money, Ben.
Even if you touch them, watch
You gotta
them.
watch
We'll
your
fuck
eyes.
out, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck out.
That, and we also
yeah.
have broccoli rub and we have knishes.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes,
that's
a lot
good.
of people like that.
This is a little bitter. I like that on my sausage as well.
That's nice. Good. All right.
You gotta
thank
charge
you.
them for everything you put on.
Oh,
All
that's
yours.
extra?
Everything's extra.
Okay, that's like mass with altar service. You
I
want
don't
altar service
remember.
extra? Now tell me, besides the sausage and peppers, this is one of the main items of the feast. What's the other thing people usually come for?
They like the brajol.
The brajol.
You see
have
them over
brajol?
there cooking.
Oh, you have the brajol.
Brajol, they're up and cooked.
Okay, and that's just rolled beef.
Pork.
Oh, pork, because the other place had beef.
Well, it depends on how you do. We grill them. Then we put them in a sauce au jus.
Oh, okay.
And then you put them in a sandwich.
What kind of sauce is that?
It's basically water, soy sauce, onions, and honestly, a little ammonia, grease from the sausage.
Oh, okay. How many years have you been doing this?
I'm 77. I've been doing the festival since I'm 7 years old.
70 years.
Yes.
And you go all over. I know I see you at San Gennaro, I see you all
Yes,
over.
we've been traveling. It's in my blood.
Where's the best feast?
Mount Carmel right
Mount Carmel
here.
in Brooklyn.
I'll show you why.
Our Lady of Mount Carmel, look at that. Close to the heart. Thank you, Vic.
Thank you.
Mike, let's go get some Zeppelins.
Ooh, Joey D.
We'll see you soon. Take
Thank you
care.
for coming.
Delicious, Ben.
Thank you, Michael.
So Mike, where are we going now?
Well, of course, when you're in a feast, you have to have Zeppelins. and
That's the fried
calzone.
dough, right?
Yes,
And the calzone, those are my favorite.
calzone,
They're
yeah.
different. They're stuffed with ricotta, right?
Ricotta
and ham.
and ham, exactly.
That's great.
Yeah, delicious.
So now, how many Zeppelin stands are there? Everywhere you look, you see Zeppelins, you see sausage and peppers. I mean, I think they have the monopoly on the feast.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So here we are at Lucy Zeppeli and funnel cake. I don't think that funnel cake makes a big
No.
head here. Zeppeli, that's the thing to eat.
That's it. Zeppelin calzone.
Yeah, look at those. Oh, look who's here. Hey, John.
How are you?
How are you? Welcome. What are you doing? You guys eating or what?
Hello, Monsignor.
You doing okay?
Doing okay. Danny, Buona Festa. Number 2 capo.
Wow. So guys, what are you eating here?
Oh, we're gonna have some Zeppelin.
That's the best, right? How about some Zeppelins? And put a lot of powdered sugar on there.
extra sugar.
I like the
Always.
sugar. Now, what do you have over here? This is the tricolor cookies?
Rainbow cookies.
Rainbow cookies, all right. And funnel cake? And what's on that dog? What's that over there?
Corn dogs.
Hot dogs.
Corn dog.
Corn dogs. Ah, the Zeppelins are the best. Thank you. So guys, you got to shake them up a little bit, right? So guys, how long have you been part of the feast?
Our entire lives, for sure. Besides being part of the festival, I also run the band that plays on top of the Giglio.
The Giglio band.
I hear you're going to maybe sit next to us tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
So you'll have to take care of us later, but we'll worry about maybe a Zeppelin will do the
Yeah,
job.
a little later.
All
You
right.
need your energy.
Absolutely.
And John, what's your involvement in the feast?
So currently lieutenant in the feast.
Okay.
Which means I'm responsible for one corner of the Giglio and a crew of lifters.
Right.
Organize them, make
So
sure
you-
that they're coming to lift.
Right.
And kind of supervise it as well to get the commands from the capos.
Right.
Make
So the
sure that the
capos
guys
give the command, and the 4 lieutenants, you tell your
Right
guys
around,
what to
yes.
do.
Put it this way, we're steering.
Right, okay. Because the guys in the back, how would
no
they
idea.
know
Yeah.
what's going on in the front? So if you're not coordinating, I know a couple of times I'm on top of that Giglio and one side goes down first and you feel it. But that's why it's so
Why
important.
you get the best seat
But I tell you, the music really makes the day. When you're up there and the singing, the music,
And
and
that's-
they lift it.
That's the special part of being a capo. You get to pick the music. You kind of get to orchestrate your own lift,
Right.
and that's a very cool thing. You know, the traditional polka mazurka style music is how the men lift the Giglio. It's the musical cue. So, you know, maybe Mike will pick a piece of music that's a little more popular, and maybe you'll pick something that's a little more authentic Italian, and we do pop music
I
for the
know.
kids last night.
I have
we
to
did-
say, my favorite song is when they do Rocky.
You like Rocky.
I
They
like
bounce
Rocky
the
when
Giglio
they
up
bounce
and
it
down,
up.
right? You hold on,
It's great.
right?
I do.
All
do.
right.
Now, John, I know in addition to being a lieutenant, you're also in charge of the publicity.
Yes.
How important is that?
I mean, that's huge. I mean, especially these days, right? You know, the neighborhood isn't what it was. So we really need to get the word out to get
Right.
people to come and see us.
Right.
It used to be people walked over.
Right.
Now everybody's fighting over the 4 parking spots that
Right,
are left
right.
in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And there's traffic on the BQE coming in.
Now, most of, people that lived here and grew up here, they come every year.
Absolutely.
But there were still other people that lived, they just walked outside their door. They're not here anymore.
Exactly.
But we do have a lot of the new people coming, and with social media, they go online, they look at that stuff and you say, there's great Zeppelins, there's great sausage and pepper. They're gonna come out.
Right.
They'll wait online.
The new members of our neighborhood,
Yeah.
they enjoy everything about the heritage of this. They like the cultural piece.
Yeah.
So they are coming out and they enjoy the music, not just the
Yeah.
music on top of the Giglio, but the nightly entertainment.
The
that's
band.
what
I know some nights the crowd is unbelievable out
Absolutely.
there.
Even last night, beautiful
Dancing,
crowd. Yes,
and I get up there once in a while. I get them.
Don't sing too much. Man. We're gonna keep the music going. That's okay.
But I like to dance, you know
That's
that.
good.
I tell you, it's a great time. 12 days a year. You know, you say 12 days, but it flies by.
Sure
I
does.
mean, we have a lot of fun. We walk the streets in the processions with the festa, with the bread, with Our Lady of Mount Carmel.
Well, that's a beautiful thing.
You know.
You're bringing the feast to the people.
Exactly.
You try to draw them
And
in.
our faith, you know, they look at us and they say, you know, what's this all about? You know, what are they so enthusiastic about? And that's what you want to say. You know, maybe we're missing something, you know, that we have, that they see in us. So it's so important that we do that. Well, guys, we're going to go play a game, but before we got to taste one of these Zeppelis.
All right.
Take one.
Thank
Take
you
one.
very much.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Oh boy.
Try
And
to
I
keep
have to
myself
watch.
clean. I was going to say, we have a
I
long
wear
night here.
black.
This is the trick.
Very good. Delicious.
They're not greasy at all.
No.
No, very good. Just enough sugar. See, good thing you asked for more.
Never wear black when you have them Zeppelis. If you want to take a walk with us, we're going to play a game. Maybe
Sure.
I'll go have a cigar.
All right.
Let's go.
Beautiful.
Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we're back here at the Feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. And Francesco, welcome. Welcome to our feast.
Hello, Monsignor. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
inviting me, and thank you for taking the invitation that I gave about
Thank
the
you.
cookbook that
now
I have.
tell
for
everyone
you.
about this cookbook.
So, I wrote this cookbook because my grandfather's been coming here. He came to the country in 1921.
Okay.
So this is in commemoration of his life in New York, but there's also a whole chapter on the feast because for every year, when I was, 10 years old until now, we came, and when they had the little rope boys
Yes,
that used to
the
push
rope
everybody,
gang,
the
right?
rope gang, they
Yeah.
used to push everybody. I never seen so many people listen to little men this high. It was one of the most amazing things, and to this day. So part of that is giving back. My grandfather was very big on giving back. So the proceeds of this cookbook every year will be going to the Feast of Our Lady of Mount
and this
Carmel.
book just came out.
And this book just came
And
out.
what's the name of it?
Meals and Memories with No-No.
This is great. Thank you so much. I
You're
really
welcome. Thank
appreciate
you.
it. God bless you. Hey guys, I remember this from when I was a kid, the water game. I love this game. Let's try it.
It's been a long time ago.
A long time ago. How are you?
I'm great.
What do we do here? How do we win?
This is a water race. All you have to do is aim. Hold that trigger, rock there, hit the black dot.
And then,
Just to the top first wins.
that little piggy goes all the way up?
Yes. It's
All right.
actually a Pikachu.
Pikachu, okay.
Yes, it's a Pokemon thing.
I'm gonna take 16. That's my lucky number. Our Lady of Mount Carmel.
That's a good one.
Okay.
I'm going 14, 13.
13, lucky number.
Lucky 13. Let's see.
All right, fellas. On the count of 3, just hold that trigger. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Just gonna have to aim. When it takes a hit, number 16.
Hey! Our Lady never lets us down.
That was great.
Thank
That's
you.
great at this race.
What do I win? How about a little greenie? What was that?
It's a little dinosaur, or that's what we'll call him.
Oh, okay. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome.
I'll give this to my great nephew.
Sure
He'll
he'll
love
love
that. Thank you. Where are you from?
Georgia.
Georgia. Oh, you talk funny.
It's very southern.
People tell me I'm from Brooklyn. They say I talk funny
I
too.
would say you talk funny where I'm from as well.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
That was fun. Well, guys, we ate, we played some games, and it was too hot for a cigar. But I wanted your feelings on this. I know you've seen it when it was being painted, but you know, when we renovated last year, we had this big blank wall, and I wanted to capture something. And I thought of putting the church in the center of Old Williamsburg and New Williamsburg, and see how the church has always been the center of this community for over 100 years, and we don't want to lose that. And you can see, you know, Old Williamsburg, the bridge, the trolley, and you see that lady over there, remember?
Yeah,
Georgiana.
Georgiana
Sedona, making the mozzarella.
Yep.
And then here, over here, we have all of the new buildings, the White Hotel, the Williamsburg Hotel, the Domino Park, but yet the church was the center. You know, we have the old church, you know, it was like, how long was that? It was only there about 10 years, and they had to knock it down for the building of the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. And then we built our church, and you know, they never thought it would survive, but the feast kept it alive. But it was more than that. It was, you know, Our Lady of Mount Carmel. all the people in the parish that kept this parish going, the tradition of the feast and the parish. And you know, we've been blessed, and we have to make sure that our church remains here, the center of this community for years to come.
Absolutely.
But this is what it's all about. So when the feast comes down, and we're done for 12 days, this is a reminder every time we come down here about the feast. This is a great thing.
Great reminder.
It's great.
Amazing.
Where are you, Danny? Are you Danny up
I'm over there with the orange, but like I
Wow,
said,
you look pretty thin there.
I think we gotta lose a few pounds with the, you know, the artist. Maybe she gotta trim us down a little bit.
Actually, I look a little fat there. I don't like that, you know, that pose.
A lot of Zeppelins today we ate, you know.
This is great. There's Bishop Damasio, Father Fonti, Father Calise, Monsignor Casado used to watch everything from the roof. This is great. St. Kono, we have St. Kono in there.
Beautiful.
This is great. This is really great. Well, guys, you got to go to work. You got to lead the band. You got to call the commands. You got to get your crew in order. And I got to ride the Giglio.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Can't
Absolutely.
wait.
Very good.
I hope you enjoyed the show so far, but it's not over. In a few minutes, we'll be outside lifting the Giglio, and you'll see something that you've never seen before. Don't go away. Welcome back to Breaking Bread. The time has come. The excitement is mounting. We're ready to ride the Giglio. Let's go.
The importance of the tradition at Our Lady of Mount Carmel is really twofold. One is a cultural aspect, but the other is faith. The fact that we're here at Our Lady of Mount Carmel for the Feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel shows a great devotion to the Blessed Mother. An event like this also introduces the culture and the faith, quite honestly, to the new people who now surround us. Also to the next generation, like my son. And so it's an opportunity for us to, through social activity, through festivity, to also introduce the ideas of faith and the persons of both Jesus Christ and our Blessed Mother. And so it's a great opportunity to do that, to bring people into the church, to welcome them, to teach them about what it is that we believe, why we celebrate. We celebrate, we have great festivities because Christ is risen. And so we're able to celebrate and have festivities because we know that we are saved.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our night lift, the Feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. Let's give all of our lifters a round of applause as they come out of St. Paulinus Hall. Give them all a round of applause. What a crowd we have here tonight.
Being at the feast itself is exciting to see so many people here, to smell all the great food and to see people having fun. Standing on the Giglio and the dancing Giglio was beyond belief. It was really a lot of fun. Celebrating 135 years, this feast is part of the heart of Brooklyn life, life here in the big city in New York. What we're doing as we gather around and have a lot of fun is we're focusing in on what matters most, our faith. What unites us is that experience of God who brings us all together.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Today was an exciting day. It ended with the lifting of the Giglio and the bishop coming and riding with us. It started out with us walking the feast, seeing what goes on behind the scenes, seeing some of the workers and some of the people that have been involved with this feast for so many years, tasting some of the food, and it was just a wonderful day. The crowds were spectacular. The weather was great. I don't, I'm just really on a high right now. But this feast has always been like that. This feast is a venue for us to reach out, to share our faith, to celebrate our faith, and to enjoy those wonderful ingredients that I always talk about. Faith, family, friends, and of course, food. And today we did it all. So I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. I'll see you next time on Breaking Bread.